Temperatures right now running 20 to 25 degrees below average for this time of year. The high only expected to make it into the teens tomorrow. And in the morning, it could feel even worse with sub-zero wind chills as you're heading out the door. In some areas, adding a little snow to the mix. We're seeing dozens of school delays and cancellations already. You can see the full list right now on WTHR.com. It's also scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock. It is really, really cold out there.
It's cold out there. It feels even colder thanks to the wind, and mentioned that cold weather advisory. We'll show you current temperatures. The cold weather advisory issued because wind chills may near 15 degrees below zero. These are temperatures in the teens right now for central Indiana. We're not the only ones dealing with the cold. You can see just how extensive with that map showing the cold weather warnings and advisories. Locally, this includes Lafayette, Carmel, Muncie, south into Greencastle for, again, wind chills that will near 15 below zero early tomorrow morning. As Scott pointed out, we have dozens of school delays already. Add to this a little bit of snow. Any snow that falls will stick and cause some slick conditions, especially south tonight.
All right, Angela, we'll get the full forecast coming up. So as we track the snow and this nasty cold, make sure you stay on top of it all by using our WTHR weather app. That way you can check our interactive radar, the hourly forecast, and the weather blog. It's a free download. Go get it before you fall asleep tonight. It's in the App Store. Tonight, 2 people are now recovering after a shooting on the far east side of Indianapolis. Police tonight tell us they found the victims, a man and teen girl, at a laundromat along 38th near Mid-Offer Road around 10. Police say the man was a rideshare driver and was apparently picking up the teen and one of her friends from a nearby apartment complex when 2 suspects came up and tried to carjack the man. Investigators say the rideshare driver started to drive away when the suspects opened fire, hitting the man and one of the teens inside the car. We're told both of them are stable. Right now, we're working to learn if police have identified any possible suspects. We'll be following this story for you closely overnight. You'll be able to find all the updates beginning on sunrise at 4 a.m. Well, can you believe this? Look at this plane that is upside down. All 80 people on board that plane that flipped upside down at a Canada airport survived, but more than a dozen people were taken to nearby hospitals. That plane flipped as it was landing. That Delta flight was traveling from Minneapolis to Toronto, and tonight Jay Gray is taking a closer look at what happened on that runway.
The Delta regional jet out of Minneapolis apparently started to have problems during landing at Pearson International Airport in Toronto, skidding across the runway, then rolling over.
My friend rushed there first, and then he said the CRJ is crashed on the runway. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go check it out. And the next thing I saw is basically a plane, the CRJ plane that basically flipped on the runway.
76 passengers and 4 crew members all survived.
First and foremost, there was no loss of life. And this is in due part to our heroic and trained professionals, our first responders at the airport. 17 injured passengers were quickly taken to local area hospitals. At this time, we do not know of any of those passengers having critical injuries.
The right wing was ripped from the plane during the crash.
That's what they're going to look at to start with. Where is that wing and how did it leave the airplane?
Former pilot John Cox says wind gust at the time may have been a contributing factor.
With it being that gusty, I think it's possible the wing may have touched the runway due to a gust. And if that's the case, then the rest of this makes sense. But the recorders are going to show that.
Canadian aviation teams are the lead in an investigation that is just beginning. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Now, this is at least the 4th major aviation incident in North America in the past month. Our Logan Gay spent tonight asking questions of an aviation expert at Purdue. She joins us live in the newsroom. And Logan, what do they have to say about these incidents?
Well, Scott, crashes like this one we've seen can be a scary sight for some travelers. But Professor Ryan Reeves from Purdue University believes technical advancements over the years have decreased runway incursions. He also agreed with the National Transportation Safety Board chairwoman when she stated you have a greater chance of getting hurt or killed while driving than flying on a plane. But I want to walk you through once again the timeline of the the recent plane crashes. It started with a horrifying collision between an American Airlines jet and a military helicopter last month in D.C. 67 people died, and it was the first major fatal commercial plane crash in the U.S. since 2009. Days later, an air ambulance crashed near a mall in northeast Philadelphia, killing all 6 people and another person in a car. Then less than a week after that, a plane crash in Alaska. A regional flight crashed off the coast, killing 10 people. And just days ago, a 78-year-old pilot of a private plane died after crashing into another aircraft on a runway in Scottsdale, Arizona. The recent crash is shaking up passengers.
It is nerve-wracking. I'm going to be completely honest, it is nerve-wracking.
I really didn't feel safe at all today because there's so much stuff going on.
All of this happening at a time when air traffic control nationwide are strained for people and resources. And President Trump announcing plans to fire several hundred Federal Aviation Administration employees. The impacted workers include personnel hired for FAA radar landing and navigational aid maintenance.
At Logan Gay in our newsroom, thanks. Tonight, thousands of packages are backlogged at the U.S. Postal Service hub right here in Indianapolis. And now we're digging into the issues and investigations at other facilities. So just last August, the Office of the Inspector General for the USPS released an audit of Atlanta's postal distribution hub. It cites issues with staffing and supervision. We found similar audits in Richmond, Virginia, and Houston, Texas. All of those locations are part of the Postmaster General's restructuring plan, consolidating local offices into massive hubs. Now, in just the last couple of months, 13 News has gotten hundreds of complaints about delivery delays out of the hub here in Indy. And we just got this video. We want to show it to you. This shows the backup, workers tell us, is only getting worse. Now Indiana's congressional delegation is demanding answers. So far, they have not received a response. A Postal Service representative told us the agency will respond to our lawmakers directly. The timeline for that is not clear tonight. In just hours, the Mooresville High School senior charged with planning that mass shooting on Valentine's Day is expected back before a judge. 18-year-old Trinity Shockley's bond review hearing is scheduled for tomorrow morning at the Morgan County Courthouse. Shockley faces charges of conspiracy to commit murder and intimidation with the threat to commit terrorism. Our Rich and I will be there tomorrow. You'll be able to see his coverage right here on Channel 13. This week, Dateline takes an in-depth look into the Delphi murders. This is a case that you know we've been following closely for 8 years. The deaths of teenagers Abby Williams and Libby German captured headlines across central Indiana and certainly around the world. So Friday evening, Andrea Canning talks with the people at the center of this case. Many of them have not been able to talk about it publicly for years. So join us Friday night. This is a 2-hour Dateline about the Delphi murders. You can watch it right here on WTHR from 9 to 11 p.m. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Tonight, investigators here in Indianapolis are working to figure out the cause of a woman's death. Police discovered her body inside of a home on the north side after a welfare check last night. It's not clear how she died. Officers only telling us the woman suffered trauma. This case is under investigation tonight as a homicide. If you have any information about it, please reach out to IMPD or you can call Crime Stoppers. Tonight, a man is under arrest connected to a string of shootings last month on the northwest side of Indianapolis. Tonight, investigators say the 20-year-old fired shots into at least 4 homes just hours apart. One man inside one of the houses was shot in the foot. The suspect is now facing preliminary charges of battery and criminal recklessness. A church on the east side of Indianapolis tonight is damaged by fire. Investigators say they believe the fire was the result of an overloaded power strip. That fire happened around 1 this afternoon at Church of the Living God near 38th and Shadeland. According to IFD, the fire started in the wall and traveled to the attic. Our crew captured video of smoke and flames coming from the roof. Investigators say no one was inside the building when it started. Right now, leaders at Purdue University are pushing to raise $4 billion. It's all part of the Victories and Heroes campaign. The money will go toward expanding the school's Indianapolis campus, Purdue athletics, and other programs. Purdue has not raised tuition rates for students in more than a decade. Gray Brothers Cafeteria in Mooresville is closing its doors. That restaurant has been a staple there for more than 8 decades. The family says that restaurant will operate as normal until a sale is finalized. A post on social media says the recently opened Avon location will stay open. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.